Good afternoon. I'm Mayor Billy Barlow giving another off-the-cuff update. Instead of being at City Hall is actually going a complete deep clean and disinfecting right now before it's reopening on June 8th, so we can't be there. We thought we'd come to Breakback Park, one of my favorite areas in the city, and be outside. And of course, 2 minutes before we started, it began raining. So we're inside the pavilion staying dry. I'd like to provide a couple of updates, mostly good news of projects taking place around the city of Oswego. The first project, which has received a lot of positive response, has been the new Lakeside Park coming in at East 10th and a half Street. We're going to spend about $100,000 through grant funding to turn what used to be a gravel parking lot at the end of East 10th Street into a park that people can actually go to. It'll be a paved parking lot, which is already under construction. There'll be a volleyball pit there open to the public. There'll be electricity, lights for food trucks to be able to park there while people are there with waterfront access. We are moving the pavilion that's currently at Wright's Landing to the East 10th and a half Street park, so there'll be an area for people to have lunch or just stop and hang out at a pavilion in the area. And of course, like I said, waterfront access. This small strip of land on the east side is actually the only waterfront property the city of Oswego owns on the east side. So we think it's important, while we're doing all the work over here at Wright's Landing Marina and at Breakback Park, that we also do some work and improve the east side lake shore that we actually own and control. So we're going to provide waterfront access there by creating this park. There'll also be a small kayak and pedal boat ramp that people can pull up to unload their boats and head off into the lake if they wish. So it'll be a really nice area. It's coming along, and we're already having a lot of people go down and check out the area who are excited about the upgrades. We expect the entire project to be completed by July 4th. That depends on weather, but once we're completed with that, then we'll transition and ramp up construction at Wright's Landing Marina once again. So good, fun project there. Another update is the Oswego High School Senior Banner Project. As you go down State Route 104, you'll begin to see banners of the seniors graduating from the Oswego High School. Because they can't celebrate the way they should be able to because of COVID-19. The city stepped up to fund a project that we designed with our Economic Development Office with the names of our seniors graduating this spring up and down 104. You'll also see a project that we partnered with the Oswego County Federal Credit Union showing the faces and names of veterans from the Oswego community on banners on the east side of 104 as well. So a couple of fun projects there that should bring up some community pride and community spirit during this challenging time, and I think it's an appropriate way to honor both groups of people, both our local veterans here in Oswego and our graduating seniors as they graduate high school and mark this accomplishment and milestone in their life. Some COVID-related announcements. As we are about to enter phase 2, and then in a few weeks phase 3, we wanted to step up to help restaurants and bars in the Oswego community as they come back online. So we are expediting and streamlining the use of public space process. The process before is typically a 2-week process that requires committee and council approval, and there's that two-week wait time where they have to submit applications and get permits and things like that. We think it'd be an easy gesture to streamline that process, turn it around in 48 hours. All we ask the business owners to do is to show us their seating chart so that we can ensure there's 6 feet between tables and we're ensuring social distancing. We also, by doing this, are encouraging businesses, if they don't already have outdoor seating or have limited outdoor seating, to get creative and think of a way to offer more outdoor seating. We think this is an easy way they can serve people in a safe manner once they can reopen, and we think by streamlining and simplifying this process, we are encouraging and enabling them to do that. So, we expect our businesses to get creative, and we want to be a partner in that creativity to allow them the opportunity to try to get back online and make some money after being shut down and serve the community for so long. So we look forward to working with businesses there, and we've already seen a lot of interest already, and that's a good thing. So we can't wait to get our restaurants and bars back open so we can patronize our local businesses and stimulate the local economy. We know that we all need it. Also, the governor announced that the businesses, as they reopen through their respective phase, they will need to certify with New York State that they're reopening. They also need to provide plans and guidelines that they're going to implement upon reopening, social distancing guidelines, hand sanitization stations, a log to keep names of guests that you may have, wear masks, and so on. We've downloaded those guidelines and we put them on our city COVID website, www.cityofoswegoemergencyassistance.org. We actually have the application for the outdoor seating and dining on that website already, and we have all the guidelines that the state has put out to date, and our economic development staff, Nate Emmons, Tim Stahl, understand and know the guidelines offhand and are willing to help businesses that need help and clarification as they begin reopening and planning to reopen. One point of frustration has been businesses don't know they can reopen, or maybe don't know when they can reopen until the last second. So we understand the logistics that go into reopening and the planning necessary, and that's why we're studying these guidelines and actually conducting outreach and answering phone calls, fielding inquiries to give our businesses this information so they have the necessary amount of time to plan so they can reopen at the earliest moment possible once their phase is allowed to reopen. So, and lastly, perhaps one of the more exciting things that's going to be taking place this summer is the construction at Midtown Plaza. So in the next few days, say your goodbyes to Midtown Plaza as it exists today, because in relatively short order in the next 2 weeks, Midtown Plaza will be demolished, and immediately after it's demolished, you'll begin to see the mixed-use building, $22 million project. The bottom floor will be commercial space, the top few floors will be residential space. You'll begin to see that construction come up. So again, more investment and more good news for the east side of the city. So with that, that is this month's edition for Off the Cuff, the outdoor version. I look forward to reopening City Hall on June 8th. So I'll talk to you next month from our usual spot in my office, and we'll have a whole lot more updates and progress when I talk to you then. So thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you soon.